Okay, so what I want to talk about today is something that I'm going through with my company. So every single year, guys, we have to renew our registration. We also have to renew our insurance. If you ask me, it's nothing more than just another way for them to just keep getting revenue from us, and also to keep us, every time they come up with a new rule that they want to enforce, they don't have to worry about it because they know that no matter what, we have to come to the table to re-register our trucks. So let's not get started on the politics of it. But long story short, what I want to do is go over a couple different insurance quotes that I got from a couple different providers. Now, the amount of insurance that you need is going to vary greatly depending on what kind of operations you're running, where you're running, what kind of equipment you're running, what kind of cargo limits you need based off of your customer, what you're pulling. So don't take this apples, you want to make sure apples to apples when you're comparing quotes and information from people. So right now, guys, I'm currently running a flatbed operation, so I have to have 150 of cargo. Now, to be compliant with the FMCSA, you just need 100. I'm sorry, you need a million of auto liability. You need 750,000 of auto liability, but most companies and most brokers are going to require you to have a million. So most people just get a million of auto liability. Then you have a cargo coverage, and the standard amount for that is 100,000. And then, of course, you have your physical against your equipment, et cetera, et cetera. So I have these two quotes right here. Again, guys, I have a flatbed operation, so they require me to have 150. I also have 100. I also have a million of the auto liability, and I also have a separate general liability policy as well, because a lot of customers require that, and that's extremely affordable. So I want to look at these two quotes that we have right here. If you look at the quote on the right, it's not as detailed as the one at the left, but I just wanted to show you the annual premium, 16,237. So most places, what they'll do is they'll require you to put down 15%, and then they're going to give you the balance over the remaining period. So I'll do this times 0.85 and then divide this by usually 11 because that's what's left. That would be my monthly premium. Now, that's the one on the right. If you look at this quote that I got on the left, which I really like, it's a lot more detailed, and I like the bottom line. Let's look at this one. So we got my non-owned trailer coverage. So those are for the trailers that I lease and also the trailers that I move for Amazon. I have to have that as well. Comprehensive collision, that's for my vehicle or my equipment because I'm still financing it. So I have to have those on it. Now, of course, I should have them on there anyways, but the limits are going to vary depending on the value. So they broke it down right here, and also mileage, right? How far do you travel away from where the vehicle is parked all the time? It's going to make a big difference. I'm currently more local, guys. I don't really go out of a 300-mile radius of where I'm stationed at in Connecticut. Before I was over the roads, I'd be like Ohio, Texas, East. And of course, obviously, the coverage has to be greater for that. And then they also ask, if I'm operating in New York City and Boston, and how often, which is not often at all. But long story short, if you look at the quote right here, 14,276. Okay, again, a lot of times they're going to require a down payment, and they're going to take the balance and divide it by the remainder of the term, which would be roughly $1,100. So obviously, the one on the left is a little bit better. Now, guys, again, factors that play into this: 4 years in business. I have no claims against my authority. And right now, I'm the sole driver. My license is clean as a whistle. So, guys, these factors all play into it. Now, again, of course, insurance, guys, I mean, it's something we have to have, and you want to do your best. And that's why it's important when you're hiring people. You want to make sure you're hiring people with clean records, guys. Because if you have somebody on your insurance, I've seen premiums go from $3,000 to $5,000 more for like one ticket on a couple different drivers. I had one driver who got caught talking on their phone, and yeah, it went up like $4,000. And I had another driver, I think it was like a stop sign or something minor, but I mean the premiums were up astronomically. So, guys, all that plays into it. So you want to make sure that you're hiring people who have clean records, and then of course there's incentives for having clean drivers. I mean, financial incentives that you can offer them as well. But these are a couple quotes. These are a couple things I'm going through. I'll be talking about this more and busting down a COI, which is a certificate of insurance, which is standard language for us, things that we need to provide all the time, more often than not, depending on how you're working. But this is just part of the game. So I'm getting ready to renew my insurance. Also be making some changes because I'll be making some changes to operations. But I wanted to show you guys some actual quotes, actual numbers. If anybody has any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll get back to you, and stay tuned. Make sure that you are following me. If this video was helpful, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe out there.